Welcome, Leo and Leo Cross Watchers, to your love reading for January 2024. So we have the big deck for the relationship situation, Eight of Cups reversed, and then we have some advice and what to expect that we'll get to at the end. And with this deck, we're going to look at what each of you is thinking and feeling and actions or intentions towards each other and the relationship. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Oops. And of course, thank you for stopping by my channel. Okay. So we have the Three of Wands and the Two of Cups reversed. I just want to say the initial energy with the Eight of Cups reversed and the Knight of Pentacles, Leo, it definitely feels like somebody here does not want to walk away from the connection. And what's really interesting is that it doesn't feel like they kind of want to come running in like the shining knight in shining armor. There, sorry, that's the sentence I was looking for. It feels more like it's a slow and steady process to get to. For some of you, it may be to get back to really being in sync with each other. For others of you, it's to get to that goal where the two of you are together. It feels, okay. From what I'm seeing here, it feels like somebody has changed, but they don't expect you to believe them. It's more like this person has every intention of just showing you. It's like they might not even tell you that they've changed. They might just start to show you. What's interesting, it doesn't feel like this person is in a rush at all. They seem to be somebody, it's really embodying this Knight of Pentacles energy, and which is the type of person that they consistently make steady progress. It just can be very slow sometimes. But I feel like this is the type of person that they seem to be able to kind of push through any obstacle, and not by kind of, blowing something out of the water. It feels more like this person just consistently, it's like once they have a little bit of forward movement, they're able to just consistently push it forward, but they're not trying to, it's like the reason they can be consistent is because they're not trying to do it all at once. So, I'm not really sure that my goodness. So in your heart space, we have Knight of Wands, 10 of Swords, and 3 of Swords. Okay, so it feels like this person broke your heart in one way or another. It may not be that there was, something huge that happened. It could be that it was like, this might sound strange, but like consistent letdowns over time that kind of added up to like, oh, what are we doing? We're just gonna put these face down for a second. I want to talk about these two cards. Leo, I feel like you're looking at the situation. You're not really expecting anything to change. It's almost like that moment before you jump away from this person or this situation. That's kind of what it looks like to me. But it's almost like it's the energetics of, let's say this is you and you've been waiting for your person to come and join you before you go out paddleboarding or surf, whatever that board is. Go out for this sports activity. Sorry. And it's like you've been waiting and waiting and waiting. And just when you're kind of like, oh, this is taking forever, maybe I should just go. It's like you can hear them in the background being like, wait, Leo, I'm coming. And they're just trying to like book it through this field of really tall grass. And it's almost like you may be so lost in your own thought when it happens that it's almost like you wonder if you're just dreaming or thinking of it or imagining hearing that. And it almost feels like even when they're close enough and it's like you feel like you should be able to know that it's them, that it is true, that it is here, but it's like you don't want to turn around and see an empty field again. And I feel like that's what would really break your heart. Just kind of like the build up and then the letdown, the build up and the letdown. It's that type of thing. Whoop. So your heart space is, I mean, need I say more? For those of you that are just listening to this, we have the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords, which talks about heartbreak. And the Ten of Swords usually depicts somebody that is face down with 10 swords in their back. Here, it's a little bit different. There's a bit more freedom to it. It's kind of giving me, you know, the same energy as this Three of Wands. Leo, I feel like you're kind of torn between being able to let this go and being really hurt about it. It's almost like, this might sound strange. It feels like there's something that's going on here that you're feeling really happy about. It could be that, this might sound strange, it's almost like you were really upset about this, but something has kind of shifted for you that you're not as concerned if this, you know, either comes to fruition or kind of gets back to being really productive for both of you. And there's some freedom in that. Hold on. It's not quite, I mean, obviously there's freedom in it, but hold on. There's something. It's almost like you may be feeling like you're starting to get over the relationship with this person before it's actually even over. And that seems to be making it a lot easier for you. It doesn't mean that it's not hurting, of course. It just feels like, it's almost like you feel like you're supposed to be more upset about it. And I feel like if you looked at the situation, you probably would be less upset about it than you are. And it's not like you're, you know, dancing to other people's tune or doing what other people think you should do. It feels more that it's almost like you feel like you should be upset about this, but you just aren't, or not as upset as you think you should be. I'm just going to take a sip of my coffee. Sorry, guys. So, what are Leo's? Hold on. Okay, we're going to get, I was going to say, what's Leo's person thinking? Ace of Cups. Yep. The Ace of Cups talks about the renewal, that kind of, it's not quite the two. So it's not where the opportunity has been capitalized on and things are starting to move. It's more, it's that moment of like pure potential. It's the offer, right? And then in their heart space, we have this on, okay. I'm just going to put some hand cream on while I describe this here. I'm realizing how dry and gross my hands must look. So with the Sun and the Ace of Cups, I mean, I feel like this person has freed themselves from something. It's almost like they may have gone into their shell or their cave to do some healing. And I feel like in there, they may have gotten lost in the thought of, it's almost like thinking that their presence wasn't that important to you anyway. And it's not a statement on you or anything that you've done or could do or haven't done. It's more like it was their negative self-talk, thinking that like, oh, it's just not that important. Leo just doesn't like, it's just not going to be that impactful because I'm just not that important. And I feel like it could be that. It could be a past person. For some of you, it could be that like a court case with them either has ended or it's something big about it that they were, you know, was kind of weighing heavily on them has been decided. It doesn't mean it went in any type of direction. It just means that all of the, you know, chaos surrounding it, they've finally been set free. It does feel like it worked out better than they expected though. And so it's like, and now they're, it just feels like they're having this like, I'm not trying to be diminutive, okay? It's almost like a come to religion moment. You know what I mean? I feel like this person is, excuse me, it may not actually be that. It feels like it's the first time that they felt like they can truly experience love. either in a very long time or ever. It's almost like, let's say, for example, this person really struggled to love themselves, and as such, they struggled to have that kind of reciprocal relationship with love. It's like all of a sudden, some sort of weight has been lifted off them that makes them feel a lot freer to do so. So, what are this person's actions or intentions towards Leo this month? Okay, so we have the Queen of Swords. So I feel like your person is really going to be up in their head, but not in, that often comes with a really negative connotation. That's not what I'm seeing in the card today. It feels more that it's like they seem to really be at peace. Sorry, I just hit my mic. It feels like they are feeling really like content and satisfied with how things have played out. Not, of course, that, if there's an issue between the two of you, it's not about that. It just feels like this person feels like they are accomplished, or that they have accomplished a certain amount of things. And it's almost like they have unlocked the next level of like faith in themselves and self-efficacy sort of thing, feeling like they're capable, like they can actually do the things that they want to do. And this person seems to have, I almost want to say like a bit of a blind faith, but it doesn't feel that way. It feels more that it's like they've been through some things. Seems like they were quite significant, and the fact that they've come out on the other side the way that they have, they just seem to be at peace. It's almost the energy of like, that saying where like it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. I feel like with this person, it's almost like the war is over and now they know what they're capable of, but now they can start actually enjoying their life. And again, it's not a statement on their connection or their life with you. It's more like, I feel like it's a long-term thing, if that makes sense. I'm not explaining that well. I know that. It's more like it's the freest they've ever felt, right? It's like a lifelong sort of thing. And I'm just going to make sure the deck is upright. Okay, what's Leo's actions or intentions towards this person? Okay, well, I already took it, so. Okay, so we have the Hermit, Page of Wands, and 10 of Wands with the 9 of Pentacles. So what's interesting here is that I feel like you're going to be like putting your best foot forward, right? It's like you could be feeling this way internally, but what you're going to be showing people in the world is this, right? It's like you're not going to be letting anyone know that something is getting you down. It feels like, I'm going to be honest, it feels like you might be contemplating taking some time to yourself. And I feel like you might kind of be in an energy where you are being pulled back and forth between, do you actually want to take some time for yourself? For example, like if you're currently single and this person wants to pursue you at this time, it would be like you kind of deciding not to really go out and not to participate in that kind of social aspect of life as much. It may not be the actual situation, but it's that type of energy. There we go. It's almost like there's a certain part of you that's really contemplative that feels like, well, maybe I should do that. But then there's this excitement that seems to break through that's like, no, we got to go have fun. It just feels like there's this really joyful part of you that keeps trying to break through, but I feel like it keeps kind of keep putting a damper on it. And that's not to, like, F you, Leo. it's not to, rag on you, so to speak. It's more like there's a certain shift that's in the works for you. It just feels like you are feeling the first little, let's say for example, there's like a thunderstorm on its way. And like the rain hasn't started to fall, there's no thunder, there's no lightning, but it's cloudy and it's like that cold, damp feeling in the air that it's on its way, but you have a little bit more time to enjoy some solitude before it's here. That's not to say that the connection with this person is going to be a storm, okay? It's just that type of energy. Um, and again, and it's almost like, and then there's this feeling again that so the Ten of Wands talks about things feeling really hard, feeling like there is a ton of work that you have to do. And I kind of feel like part of you wants to, let's say if you were carrying a really heavy load, it's like part of you wants to just drop it and be like, what am I carrying this for? What is the point? It honestly feels, Leo, that you could kind of use a little bit of time away if you're able to like take a little bit of a vacation. If you can't take a vacation, like if you can, maybe give yourself a spa day at home if that's something that you would enjoy, that would be relaxing and kind of renewing at the same time. For others of you, it may be something very different, right? But it just feels like there's going to be something that's really cleansing about the water for you. What's interesting here is that the longer that you're in this Nine of Pentacles energy, the longer your person stays in this Queen of Swords energy. That's really interesting. Just looking at which deck we're actually going to use this one here. So we have the Ace of Cups again with the Four of Wands. So, I mean, the Ace of Cups is pretty self-explanatory. Hold on for a second here. I pulled that card to kind of see what would end up bringing the two of you together, and I still can't. I'm going to be honest. Not really feeling it one way or the other. I feel like it's almost like this person, the reason this person isn't coming in when you're in the Nine of Pentacles energy, it's like they're not getting the signal. And I feel like it's because you're not sending it, to be honest with you. It's almost like your person, like the roles kind of flip. It's like they get into an energy where it's like they've been in this really gorgeous, content energy, feeling like they've achieved a lot of things. And it's like, and it makes perfect sense to them that while they're in that energy, that really gorgeous energy, that of course something would happen with romance, something would happen with you, something would kind of get the ball rolling. But it feels like, but it doesn't. And it's almost like when that doesn't happen, it doesn't like snap this person out of that really grateful, happy energy. It feels more that it's like all of a sudden they get this feeling, what if they have missed their chance? What if if you're with someone else? Like it just kind of, it's like all of a sudden they realize they've been sitting there the long time. And not that it was a waste, but that it's time to get up now. If that makes sense. So it feels like what ends up like a 20-minute read here to say, just kind of keep doing what you're doing. It feels like, and like keeping your, happy Leo self, because I feel like the change comes from this person. It's like they're so kind of caught up in being grateful for everything that they have. And they were in this energy where they kind of like assumed that they were manifesting you into their life. For some of you, it may not be specifically you. They were just focused on manifesting love into their life. For those of you that they were just focused on manifesting love, they're going to get a sign that it's you. So some advice. I'm not going to hold these cards up. They're just a little bit graphic. So we have the Eight of Swords reversed for advice. And what to expect is the Ten of Cups. So Eight of Swords, of course, that's the card about being trapped by your own thoughts. So I feel like it's just kind of a reminder of the kind of general feel of your overall reading, where it's almost like part of you may not want to let go of some of the sorrow and the hurt that you've experienced. It's almost that energy where you may have heard of this kind of notion before, but it's like you feel like you should grieve longer, because if you're not grieving, it's almost like you don't want that to invalidate the hurt that you did experience. But it's that energy of like, listen, no one is going to tell you how long you're allowed to be hurt for something, right? That's up to you. Or, you know what I mean? Nobody can kind of control how you feel. So I feel like there's this message here that it's almost like it's okay to feel happy and not happy at the same time. It's okay for those two things to be opposing, but also existing at the same time. It's almost like there's this advice here to just allow yourself to be. It's almost like just allow yourself to be whatever you are in that moment, right? It's like if you're feeling really happy and joyful, then be that. And if you're feeling differently, then be that. That doesn't mean, let your emotions lead you. It means more just allow yourself to be. And I feel like there's a lot of self-acceptance that comes with that. It feels like that only serves to foster all of this type of energy for you. And then what to expect, we have the Ten of Cups. So the Ten of Cups, of course, is that's that happy life, with, a white picket fence and 2.4 kids and all that sort of stuff. Of course, not everybody wants that. Not everyone wants children. So please don't take that the wrong way. Or at least I don't mean it in, any certain type of way. It's more that it's almost like you're going to start feeling that way regardless of what your circumstance is in the 3D. It's almost like, not to say that they're not, but I feel like you're going to get into an energy where even if this person never comes around or never came around, it's not going to change. Hold on for a second. How do I say this? It's not going to change how happy you are. It does feel like there is a new start for you, whether it's a new start in a current relationship or like a brand new start. It feels like it's, I'm going to be honest, it doesn't feel like it's imminent or like immediate. But it doesn't really feel like you care. Like it's not going to impact your ability to experience joy in your life. So I think I'll leave it there, Leo. If this reading resonated, I hope it was helpful and brought you some clarity. I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.